Tonight on CTV News, Team Canada learns its fate.
The fact that it's coming here to Vancouver, I am over the moon.
Oh, Canada! Oh, congratulations! Canada.
World leaders take part in a glitzy World Cup draw, who Canada will play at BC Place in the first round of the tournament.
And there are major gaps in how police are trained.
What we're learning about the final moments of a Surrey boy's life before he was fatally shot by police. How Chase's death has led to changes in police autism training.
Had we had something like this in place, it may have helped save her life.
Heartbroken parents struggling to help their drug-addicted children. What the province is announcing about involuntary care.
This is CTV News with Mi Jung Lee.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. A star-studded event was held in Washington today with the leaders of Canada, the U.S. and Mexico on hand for the big day as the World Cup draw got underway. Political leaders from the three host nations were joined by a long list of A-listers, from sports legends including Shaquille O'Neal, Tom Brady and Wayne Gretzky, to global entertainers including Andrea Bocelli and the Village People. Supermodel Heidi Klum and comedian Kevin Hart co-hosted the event, while former NFL quarterback Eli Manning served as the red carpet host, all setting the stage for the official countdown to the next World Cup. Meanwhile, hundreds gathered at a Vancouver watch party to see who Canada would be facing in the first round. Canada knows the teams it will play at BC Place, but one matchup is still a question mark. CTV's Shannon Patterson has the story.
Fans filed into FIFA's official host city World Cup draw watch party with the home team in their heart.
Hoo-ha, Canada! Say hoo-ha, Canada!
And potential group stage matchups on their mind.
Who do you want to see in Canada's group?
Oh, I'd love to see some of the big guns.
Italy. Korea would be very interesting.
The first team drawn, Canada's opponent at BC Place on June 24th.
Switzerland.
Hey! Hop Swiss! Hop Swiss! Hop Swiss!
Well, the Swiss are always hard to beat. You know, they notoriously take down some of the biggest teams in their groups over the years in World Cups, and I think that's the mindset coming into that. They're going to be tough to beat, but they are beatable.
We have a really good team. I trust that we can handle our own versus the Swiss.
The next draw for Canada's game at BC Place on June 18th.
Qatar.
There's three of us here. We were actually in Qatar for the last World Cup, and it's kind of exciting to have the last host joining us here while we're the host.
Canada's opening World Cup match in Toronto on June 12th will be against the winner of a March playoff between Italy, Northern Ireland, Wales, and Bosnia-Herzegovina.
As Italian Canadians, it certainly makes things more exciting. I mean, it would have been nice if they played in Vancouver. It would have saved me a flight to Toronto, but it's such a special feeling. You know, Italy's my blood, but Canada's my home.
For Team Canada's players, the draw brings the group stage into focus.
These guys have been preparing for this their entire lives, but as soon as you know who you're playing, that preparation becomes very specific. You start focusing on individual players, the individual tactics, and from here on out, I mean, it happens very quickly, and I know our guys will be ready.
So now we know who Canada will be playing in their two games at BC Place, but there will be three more group stage matches here, and tomorrow morning we'll find out which teams will be playing in those.
I mean, I'm from Spain, so my biggest hobby is to host Spain here, playing here.
Regardless of who plays in those matches,
we're welcoming the world, and we're welcoming their culture and their fan base, and it's going to be exciting.
Well, the spectacle is unlike anything you'll ever see in your life.
And it's coming here in just 6 months.
Canada!
Shannon Patterson, CTV News, Vancouver.
Breaking news, a 9-year-old is in critical condition after being struck by a vehicle in Surrey's Newton neighborhood. Police say the child was struck just after 2:30 this afternoon near Newton Elementary on 81st Avenue. Video from the scene shows a pair of shoes, backpack, belongings strewn across the road. Officials say the child was taken to hospital where life-saving measures continue. The cause of the crash is unclear, but at this time, police do not believe impairment played a factor, and they say the driver is cooperating. More breaking news. It is the end of an era in Vancouver. The Hastings racecourse has announced it is shutting down live horse racing immediately. CTV's Craig Krause is following this in the Breaking News Center. Craig, why are they closing?
Well, Mijung, money appears to have dried up. In a statement, this operator said that it is strictly a business decision based on a lack of economic feasibility to move forward with another season of horse racing at Hastings. The Hastings racecourse wrote in a statement that thoroughbred racing has been conducted between the months of April and October, and there are no horses currently stabled at Hastings. The operation of the casino and the simulcast racebook at the facility will not be impacted by this. The company said this was an extremely difficult decision, especially given the historical legacy of the racecourse and its importance to the province's racing industry.
Deeply disturbing, deeply distressing, without question. This is a direct result of the government decision of November 27th to take away our share of the slot machine revenue, the horse people's share of the slot machine revenue.
He says many jobs, directly and indirectly, will be impacted by this across the province. And last week, the BC NDP wrote in this letter that I'm holding in my hands right here that the decision was very difficult, but it had to be made based on the long-term projections of the industry. The current revenue stream will stop on January 31st. Mijung?
Thanks for this update, Craig. A fatal crash involving a pedestrian and truck is under investigation in Burnaby. Mounties say it happened just after 8 a.m. on Sprott Street near the Scotia Barn Sports Complex. Nearly a kilometer-long stretch of the road spanning Norland and Kensington Avenues has been shut down for the investigation. Drivers are being asked to take alternate routes. Police have shared few other details about the crash, and it's unclear how many victims there are. One person is dead after being struck by a pickup truck in Abbotsford this morning. Emergency crews were called to McCallum Road just south of Busby Road around 5:30. A person was found with life-threatening injuries, but they did not survive. Police say impairment is not believed to be involved, but the pedestrian's dark clothes and poor lighting are believed to be factors. The province says it is taking action to help young people who suffer from severe mental health and addiction issues. It's laying out new guidelines on involuntary care. As CTV's Michelle Bernaro reports, the guidance comes as parents have been crying out for help.
She's barely 16. Her parents say she is addicted to crystal meth. And since we first brought you her story last week, she has overdosed again, ending up in a hospital 5 times now in about 2 months.
It's upsetting for any parent to witness their children, in a state of psychosis like that from this evil drug.
We aren't identifying the parents to protect their daughter, but they say despite her severe condition, they've been unable to force her into treatment. But that now could change.
In exceptionally severe cases, the least restrictive intervention is admitting and treating the child, even if it is against their wishes, trying to prevent brain injury and death, which is what truly restricts freedom and choice.
The province announcing it is providing guidance to doctors on how involuntary care can be provided for those younger than 19 when they are unable or unwilling to seek care themselves.
This will not be universally well received.
The Premier says while not everyone will support the guidance, it may significantly help children.
This is not an issue where everyone's going to agree. But I hope that we can all agree that we need to do our absolute best to provide frontline treatments and supports to kids if it means that they're not going to have a brain injury and it means they're not going to die of an overdose.
Earlier this week, doctors, healthcare workers, students and drug users held a rally in Vancouver protesting the province's plan to expand involuntary treatment. They say involuntary care does not prevent death. But this mom who lost her drug-addicted daughter in 2018, shortly after she was released from hospital, disagrees.
She died a day later. Had we had something like this in place, it may have helped save her life.
This Kamloops dad also supports the province's announcement.
It's great news for not only my family, but for every family across this province. It's about time we've created change.
Saying it offers hope, not just for his daughter, but for other children who desperately need help. Michelle Bernaro, CTV News, Vancouver.
A police watchdog report is revealing new details about the fatal shooting of a Surrey teen with autism in February. The IIO says the officers acted lawfully, but the report exposed gaps in their training. The province is now confirming autism-specific training has officially launched. CTV's Reagan Hasagawa spoke with Chase's family, a warning this story may be disturbing to some viewers.
It was a rapidly evolving situation. According to the IIO, many non-lethal options were considered and several attempts to talk were made over 20 minutes. But the officers involved say the teen's weapon was pointed at them multiple times. And because they did not know it was a pellet gun, they feared for their lives and the lives of others. So they fired.
The circumstances are dangerous, and it's not always fair to second guess the officers.
The police watchdog says Chase called 911 on himself, saying he had a gun, was suicidal, and autistic.
Right when that call landed, there should have been a different approach.
And although the officers knew he was autistic, none of them had training on how or why that should change their response. The IIO says efforts to de-escalate were hampered by sensory overload, triggered by shouting, sirens, firearms, and uniforms.
That's something that our system has to take better care of.
Now, the mandatory training for all BC officers includes how to recognize autism and how it may affect communication and behavior.
The government has taken this case very seriously, even in advance of this decision.
Local advocacy groups helped create the new online course and a 7-hour in-person session.
I feel positive and hopeful about that. It allows us to grab onto something meaningful in the midst of a tragedy.
But the groups were only brought to the table after CTV News uncovered they'd been left out of the conversation.
I shouldn't have to put my foot in the door because an incident happened.
And while advocates are hopeful the changes could prevent future tragedies, they come at a very high cost.
I want Chase to be remembered for the giving soul.
Yes, we want him to be remembered for how he wanted to help people.
The coroner's investigation is still ongoing, so a formal inquest has not been launched, but has been promised by the province. The de Balinhards say every step toward reform ensures their son's legacy is one of protecting others, just as he always wanted to. Reagan Hasagawa, CTV News, Surrey.
A Surrey City Councillor is calling out the mayor's plan to build a 10,000-seat arena. A Freedom of Information request from a taxpayer's watchdog came back with financial details of the project redacted. And now, as CTV's Yasmin Gandam reports, there are questions about what the city is hiding.
We're planning a stadium or arena.
A 10,000-seat arena and entertainment district is what Surrey Mayor Brenda Locke is planning for. Her party says it's needed in the fast-growing city.
The property taxes that would come in from those businesses would be huge for the city.
This vacant lot north of City Hall is being considered as the potential location, but nothing is set in stone, and there are questions as to how much the arena would cost.
We don't know what the costs are. We don't know who the operator will be.
Linda Annis is running against Locke in next October's municipal election. Annis says taxpayers have the right to know where their money is going, and she estimates it could cost a pretty penny.
My guess is it's going to be upwards of $600 million based on the cost of the Newton recreation facility that's currently going to be built.
Her concerns echoed by the Canadian Taxpayers Federation. Documents obtained by the CTF through a Freedom of Information request show financial details of the project were redacted.
We need to see what the revenue projections look like, how much this is going to cost taxpayers, and any other relevant financial information.
The report was by the Chicago-based real estate consultant Hunden Partners. Many of the city's estimates were blacked out.
Time and time again, taxpayers have been hit with sticker shock over these big capital projects.
In a statement to CTV News, the city says the report was from October of last year and did not account for the project being financed in part by private contributions. The city didn't say where the dollars would come from, but said the project would be funded by a mix of sources. Once that is finalized, staff will then advise council on a cost.
I think we need to see that and then let the people of Surrey decide whether or not they want this to move forward.
Yasmin Gandim, CTV News, Surrey.
At a time when some major developments have hit the brakes, Vancouver City Council will consider changes to help the industry. A staff report is calling for lower fees for developers and easing requirements for affordable homes. CTV's Isabella Zavarisi reports on what that could mean for people trying to survive in the country's most expensive city.
Rising construction costs and cancelled projects, paired with declining rents and home prices. It's a turbulent time for builders in Vancouver.
It is important to keep the development industry alive. That is a community that's building homes. And even if you don't like the big developer, there's a whole ecosystem of architects, engineers, suppliers, contractors that all need to keep going. And if everything shuts down, those people will leave.
The city is well aware of what's at stake.
Unless costs also commensurately come down, it makes it very difficult to get shovels in the ground and keep our housing momentum.
To address the issue, a staff report is outlining how to make projects more viable for developers. One of the changes includes a temporary 20% reduction to development cost levies or fees paid to the city.
If we build a triplex, our clients are paying over $100,000 in fees, for those 3 homes for their family.
So if a builder doesn't have to incorporate that into the cost of construction, that potentially is the savings for also the particular person who's purchasing the units.
The city is also looking at easing requirements for below-market rentals.
The city recognizes that it's not profitable to build housing very much in Vancouver these days, especially if you're required to make some of the units affordable.
So those below-market rental units will be about at the citywide average. So that's about 20 to 25% below the cost of what the other units in the brand new constructed building will be. So it's still more affordable than new construction.
The city's top planner says the goal is to get more projects in the pipeline in an effort to bring costs down for everyone.
We want to keep that pipeline of supply to the market, especially things like rental homes, so that more people can afford to live in the city of Vancouver.
Council will vote on the report on Wednesday. Isabella Zavarisi, CTV News, Vancouver.
In downtown Vancouver, 390 new rental homes are coming to Yaletown thanks to a major investment from all 3 levels of government.
Today we are investing through the Government of Canada $200 million through the Affordable Housing Fund for 2 local projects here.
One on Pacific Street will have 91 homes with 30 units dedicated to Black individuals and families. The second, a 29-story tower on Expo Boulevard, will add almost 300 homes. They're all backed by nearly $196 million in combined funding from the federal, provincial, and municipal governments. Both projects are already under construction and are expected to be ready in 2028 and 2029. Should right turns at red lights be banned? A Vancouver councillor says it would be a lot safer for pedestrians. Her motion to make changes also ahead.
What does it mean for the people of the city? And because we want to be a bigger deal for the city.
The Vancouver Whitecaps are just hours away from their chance to win the MLS Cup, but questions remain about the future of the team in Vancouver. When CTV News at 6 continues, stay with us. We are one sleep away from the Vancouver Whitecaps taking on Lionel Messi's Inter Miami in the MLS Cup final. And while the team is poised to make history, questions are swirling about the franchise's future in Vancouver. CTV's Martin McMahon has a story.
Full move on Pilcher. Ahmed continues on, works it across, and it's in the back of the net again.
Brian White's second goal in a 3-1 win over San Diego fired the Vancouver Whitecaps into the MLS Cup final. And now it's all to play for against Lionel Messi's Inter Miami, an away match in Florida.
At the moment, it's the most important thing in my life. I'm here for a mission, and this is part of my mission.
It's a special time for the city. You can see it has been building throughout the year, and ultimately, you know, we've reached the point where we want to be, but it's up to us now to go and take care of business.
Roughly 1,000 Whitecaps fans are making the journey for the final.
You look at this team, and it's a team who you can really truly get behind, because they are fighting, like, you feel they are fighting for you and for the city.
Here at home, the bars are expected to be packed.
It's electric. It's exciting. It's almost like the World Cup's here already. I feel tomorrow is going to be one of my days as busy as Super Bowl.
But the final comes as questions swirl about the club's future at BC Place and potentially in Vancouver, with the league commissioner calling the stadium lease untenable.
We have been engaging with the Whitecaps. They have faced, despite their success on the field, some significant financial challenges, and we're working with them to do our best to keep our, hopefully, championship Whitecaps right here at home in British Columbia.
It comes as Hastings Racecourse announces an end to horse racing, with the Whitecaps holding talks with the city in recent months about building a soccer-specific stadium on the PNE grounds. Martin McMahon, CTV News, Vancouver.
And let's go live now to Guildford Town Centre, where Toy Mountain has been growing for the past few days. Somewhere in there, our Ann Lou is tucked. Oh, there you are, Ann. Wow. Yeah, the mountain is growing. It nearly buried you.
Yes. Yes, it did actually bury me. But yes, as you can see behind me, it is huge. So many generous people, so many generous viewers and people in the community have been bringing in toys. Today is the last night, so make sure you come on down, throw on a toy or two, or if you can't make it down here, you can donate online at ctvvancouver.ca. So let's take a look at what we can expect heading into the weekend. Not a complete washout, so that is the good news. Tomorrow we will start off wet. Things will clear up quite nicely through the afternoon. Double-digit highs. Get outside and enjoy it because it's going to be a soaker. As we head into Sunday, it's going to be very wet. We'll see anywhere between 10 to 20 millimeters of rain.
CTV Weather brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Explore the endless possibilities at one of our 36 BC locations. Learn more at expediacruises.ca.
And a lot of people have been bringing in toys, but we need to get rid of these toys too. We need someone to help. Who can actually help us get rid of these toys? It is Mike Delman.
Toys moved?
Yes, I do. With You Move Me. So tell us, how are you going to help us with Toy Mountain tonight?
Okay, we got a well-organized, well-oiled machine coming in to move all the toys. Takes us just a couple hours to get it all done.
And take a look at this mountain, though. You think you can get it done?
We've done it before. We'll do it again.
And it is so great that you are part of Toy Mountain year after year. So how does it make you feel to be the person to donate it, to bring it to the Lower Mainland Christmas Barrel? You're basically Santa's little helper.
Well, one of Santa's little helpers. I definitely don't do this alone. It's a big job, and there's a lot of people helping, but it's great to be a part of it.
Great, and we're glad you're here. So I guess we need to get out of here. So who can help us move the You Move Me team? All right, gotta go, Mi Jung. We gotta get these stuffies back onto the mountain.
Oh, that's very cute, but you look very comfortable with all those cozy stuffies. Thanks, Anne. We'll talk to you later. The push by a Vancouver councillor to ban right turns on red lights. Also coming up.
He said, well, can we come home for Christmas? So, of course, we all started yelling.
Delta grandparents thrilled that a CTV story has moved the dial. A visa granted after weeks of bureaucratic delays. Why Christmas will be extra special this year. That's ahead. Turning right at a red light. It is allowed in Vancouver, but a city councillor says it's too dangerous and wants to make it illegal at many intersections. In fact, the idea is about to be presented to City Hall. CTV's Sinjin Alexander has the details.
Legal in some parts of North America since 1939,
Turning right on a red light became law to save fuel and reduce congestion. But a Vancouver City Councillor believes it's also dangerous, especially for pedestrians.
It's really hard for drivers in the city. They have so much information to take in. They have pedestrians crossing, they have cycling paths, they have too much signage.
And so, Lucy Maloney will introduce a motion asking the city to study right turns, to find streets where it should not be allowed anymore.
It's just looking at the most dangerous and confusing intersections and trying to make it a little bit safer.
You know, I think that's a great idea, but I think too that pedestrians also need some responsibility.
He makes a good point because there's nothing in Maloney's motion about pedestrian safety to educate pedestrians. In fact, we noticed all over Vancouver, most people don't do what we learned as kids. Look left and right.
Nobody really is looking. Nobody's paying attention to really anybody.
They're just blindly trusting the lights.
Yeah.
Even when the light is green and drivers are trying to turn right, there's potential for close calls.
I mean, there's some bad drivers too, you have to admit, right?
Well, of course. That's why you got to look both ways. You can't just trust everybody's a good driver.
Now, Maloney doesn't believe every intersection needs no right on red rules, but suggests areas that are particularly busy and where pedestrians get to cross early.
Because it doesn't make any sense for pedestrians to have a head start and then have motorists cutting across them turning right on red.
And she's been a staunch advocate for safety for years. Yet critics argue road safety, like most things in life, goes both ways. St. John Alexander, CTV News, Vancouver.
A happy update now on a story we brought you earlier this week. A Delta family struggling through red tape, trying to bring their adopted granddaughter from Kenya home from Christmas. Jeff and Liz Bruce have decked the halls and wrapped the presents in hopes they could see their granddaughter Chloe at Christmas for the first time. Chloe was legally adopted in March by their son and his wife, who live in Africa. They applied for a Canadian travel visa in the spring, but 3 weeks before Christmas, and their second application was still being processed. CTV News aired their story, and this morning we heard from Chloe's grandparents after their son called from Nairobi.
And at 7 o'clock, he phoned. He said, "Why aren't you answering your texts?" And I said, "Because I'm asleep." And he said, "Well, can we come home for Christmas?" So, of course, we all started yelling. Thank you so very much for helping us. We just can't thank you enough.
Yes.
You guys just made our Christmas.
They say their son kept them on the phone to hear him tell Chloe that her visa was approved, clearing the way for Christmas in Canada. Both she and her 8-year-old brother cried with joy. Patients in Surrey now have access to more advanced life-saving care closer to home, thanks to a major expansion at Surrey Memorial Hospital.
What it means for the people of Surrey that there's a cardiac catheterization lab here is it means that you can get the health care right here on site in your local hospital where you went for the care in the first place.
The hospital announcing today it will soon open 2 cardiac catheterization suites, along with 2 interventional radiology spaces. The additions are the first of their kind south of the Fraser, allowing patients to receive urgent heart and image-guided care without having to travel to New Westminster or Vancouver. If you've got deep pockets and want to buy a prime piece of land in downtown Vancouver, the Hudson's Bay property has just been listed. And mixed reaction to a proposal for a spa like this one. Why some Kitts Point residents want to throw cold water on the project. That's ahead.
Roman Yossi, drop pass, O'Reilly. Out in front, they score. Frost floats it. Coronado shoots, scores.
Those 2 game-winning goals last night by the Predators and the Flames mean the Vancouver Canucks are now dead last in the entire NHL. That's right, out of 32 teams, the Canucks are now in 32nd place. They are hosting the red-hot Utah Mammoth tonight. One of downtown Vancouver's most iconic retail buildings, the former Hudson's Bay flagship on Granville Street, is officially up for sale. The historic building is being listed by 2 commercial real estate firms, but it's unclear at this point how much the property is selling for. Hudson's Bay filed for creditor protection earlier this year under the weight of more than $1 billion in debt, eventually liquidating dozens of stores. Let's go back out to Guildford Town Centre, where our little Santa, Anne Lou, is helping Toy Mountain grow to a massive size. Really fun to see people come by and drop off their toys, Anne.
Yes, absolutely amazing considering the economy, how generous everybody has been. As you can see behind me, the mountain keeps on growing. Today is the last day, so make sure you come on down, bring a donation. And if you can't come to Surrey, you can always donate online as well. So a great night to be indoors. So come on in. We'll be here until 7 o'clock before we tear everything down and bring it to the Lower Mainland Christmas Bureau. So let's take a look at our forecast as we head into tomorrow and the weekend. Not a complete washout, which is great news. Here's a look at our satellite radar imagery. The front that we saw today that brought in the rain earlier this morning will slowly move towards the southeast, but we will still see another wave of wet weather before the next system pushes its way in for Sunday. So right now we're seeing dry conditions through this evening. Overnight into tomorrow morning, we will see another round of wet weather, heavy at times, especially for the northeast corner of Metro Vancouver and the Fraser Valley. It doesn't last very long tomorrow morning, though. Does dry up quite nicely. We will see a mix of sun and cloud as we head into tomorrow afternoon for the Lower Mainland. For the North Island, you're looking at showers for Port Hardy at 9 degrees, Campbell River and Comox. Unsettled conditions, warming up to 10s, though, with a few showers and a few breaks. For the South Island, it'll be wet for Tofino and Port Alberni. Dry, though, with some sunny breaks from Nanaimo right down to Victoria. Scattered showers for the Sunshine Coast. Gray and wet up the Sea to Sky Highway and for us across the Lower Mainland. Starting off wet, drying up through the afternoon with temperatures between 9 and 10. And the 7-day forecast is looking pretty soggy from Sunday right through until Thursday with a few scattered showers. Slowly drying up for Friday, 9 degrees with cloudy skies and showers as well. So we're here at Guildford Town Centre. CTV weather brought to you by Expedia Cruises for air, land, and sea vacation. So we're here building this massive toy mountain. Do you guys want to add to this mountain? Joining me now is Stan from Walmart. And you have a big donation for us tonight.
We do. We have a check that we're going to present today for $25,000 to the Lower Mainland Christmas Bureau.
That is absolutely amazing. And this isn't your first rodeo, so you've given us and the Lower Mainland Christmas Bureau a lot of money. So how does it feel to be able to help people in need this time of year?
You know what? Every child deserves a great holiday, a great Christmas. And you know what? Things that are very near and dear to our associates and our customers, we like to support. And certainly Toy Mountain is one of them.
Yes, well, thank you guys. Thank you, little helpers. And we're so glad you're helping us and helping the Lower Mainland Christmas Bureau. So look at this, $25,000. And just a reminder that today is the final day of CTV's Toy Mountain. We're on site at Guildford Town Centre until 7 p.m. tonight, collecting new unwrapped toys in support of the Lower Mainland Christmas Bureau. Come say hi, drop off your donation, and help us build this mountain. Together, we'll put smiles on a whole lot of faces for the holidays. Can't make it out and want to help? Donate online at ctvvancouver.ca. Toy Mountain is made possible by our friends at Alpine Credits, Applewood Auto Group, and Triple O's. So yeah, Jung, this mountain keeps on getting bigger. Online donations, big check donations. So we're here until 7 and hope people will keep on coming. We've got a lineup right now.
Oh, that's great to hear, because as you mentioned, affordability is a challenge this time of year. So it's great to see the generosity of our viewers and all our corporate partners. All right, we'll talk to you later.
Definitely.
Well, one of the world's greatest architects has died. A look at the legacy of Toronto-born Frank Gehry. And
it's so hard for us to build something from scratch because of the remoteness of the community.
The long journey from Delta to a small First Nations community is complete. How a house is getting a new lease on life. That's ahead. A floating spa could be coming to Kitsilano's waterfront. The plan calls for converting a Second World War-era barge into a wellness amenity. But as CTV's Dimitra Maragos reports, not everyone is happy about the idea.
New wave of calm.
The business itself is a really great fit for Kitsilano.
The Vancouver Maritime Museum teaming up with Haven Sauna as the newest venture, repurposing a 1943 naval vessel into a space offering saunas and hydrotherapy.
The boat itself is a historic vessel.
David Jordan from the Vancouver Maritime Museum hopes this new amenity will drive up admissions.
We think that it will also really get people enjoying coming down and then also appreciating the location and the museum and generating interest in the museum site.
This won't be the first of its kind. Haven has another floating wellness space in Victoria's Inner Harbor. The company says this is an exciting new chapter.
It's just really co-aligned where everything that they needed we met and everything that we wanted they were meeting.
But people won't be able to jump in anytime soon. Site servicing upgrades need to be made. The anticipated opening date isn't until mid-2027. The conversations surrounding this new project are heating up. One woman voicing her concern about how it will impact the views in the area.
I'm not against the idea of having a wellness center with views, but this is not the place for it.
Elvira Lount, a longtime Kids resident, started this petition pushing back against the project.
So this is a public park open to everybody, and they're basically taking the view and privatizing it.
Jordan says he's seen the petition.
We welcome dialogue around questions that people have.
In terms of obstructive views, he says,
it's a different view, I suppose, is the answer.
Dimitra Maragos, CTV News, Vancouver.
Legendary Canadian architect Frank Gehry has died. Born in Toronto, Gehry became one of the most influential architects in the world, celebrated for his innovative use of curves, metal, and unexpected forms. His first Canadian landmark was the Art Gallery of Ontario, but his signature style can be seen around the world, from the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, Spain, to Seattle's Museum of Pop Culture and LA's Walt Disney Concert Hall. Gehry was 96. Martini Town, the Weirdos Market, and the Van Dusen Festival of Lights must mean the Friday feel-goods are just ahead. Plus, the girl and the governator. Adam finds out how a Saanich student was inspired by Arnold Schwarzenegger to help local families in need. Coming up on the Sawatsky Sign-Off. Let's go back out to Guildford Town Centre, where Ann Lou has been there for the second day. We have a few minutes left for people to still drop by, but of course they can donate online too.
Well, that is right. And yes, this Toy Mountain wouldn't be possible without the generous donations of our viewers and of our community. And more donations. The man of the hour tonight is Chris Bayless from the Lower Mainland Christmas Bureau. You can let those down. Thank you.
So kind.
Thank you for being with us tonight. So how does it make you feel to see a mountain like this every year and you helping families across the Lower Mainland?
The generosity of Toy Mountain is unparalleled. This year is an exception. Look at the bicycles. The pile of toys is much larger than last year. We're shipping epic amount of toys to families. Lots to Surrey, amazingly enough, this year, all across the way to Hope. I think we're doing 1,000 families in Vancouver still. So yeah, it's pretty successful.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So you're a math guy. Can you give us the total? How much did we raise? How many toys did we get?
The math people tell me it's around $93,000, $95,000 at this point. More to come in still, of course. And just under 10,000 toys.
That is absolutely amazing. $93,000, under 100,000 toys. And so if people didn't donate here, can they still donate to the Lower Mainland Christmas Bureau?
Always go online to lmcb.ca. We're always taking donations. We're open till the 23rd. We're actually helping families till the 19th in Vancouver.
Absolutely amazing. Well, thank you so much. Thank you to all the people that came to donate. Again, $93,000 raised so far. You can still donate online to the Lower Mainland Christmas Bureau, or you can donate on our website at ctvvancouver.ca. Mijung, how fabulous is that?
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. A big thank you to everyone who has donated. And it's great to hear that they're helping families all the way from Vancouver to Hope. So really making a difference in the lives of so many families. It's great to see. Well, it is set to be a good weekend for sequels at the box office.
We took an oath to make the world a better place, and an innocent snake needs our help.
Zootopia 2 is expected to repeat at the top spot, with Variety putting it at $45 to $50 million U.S. across North America. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is forecast to debut in second, with up to $40 million in ticket sales. And Wicked for Good is holding on to its momentum in its third weekend, where it is likely to claim third with $21 to $25 million at the box office. I'm off to see the world's largest streaming company is buying one of North America's oldest entertainment studios, Warner Brothers Discovery, for almost $83 billion U.S. If approved, Netflix would be a behemoth, picking up a deep trove of famous Hollywood movies and shows, from Casablanca and Gone with the Wind to the Harry Potter series and Superman. The deal will be scrutinized by U.S. regulators, and some say they may not approve of the agreement. Well, it is time for Friday Feel Goods, a weekly roundup of unique events happening in Metro Vancouver. Here are three things worth checking out. This is your chance to live out all your Hallmark movie dreams. Head home for the holidays to Martini Town, an outdoor film backlot in Langley that has been decorated for the season. Sip hot apple cider, listen to Victorian carolers, and catch the Grinch making mischief right up until the new year. Craig, it is really nice out there. I've never been, but I've heard it's just awesome.
And it's a movie set.
Yes.
Wow.
So you can feel like you're in a Hallmark movie.
That's so cool. Well, from mounted insects to antique taxidermy, this isn't your grandma's Christmas craft fair. The Weirdos Holiday Market returns to the Russian Hall in Strathcona this weekend and next. It's a chance for local artists to show off their bold, beautiful, and bizarre handmade wares.
Yeah, not your typical kind of Christmas crafts, but beautiful. Okay, now step into a botanical wonderland at Van Duzen's Festival of Lights. Explore 15 acres adorned with over 1 million twinkling lights and catch a dancing light show every 20 minutes. There are also a number of interactive displays like Wood Wide Web, Salmon Run, and a new Great Bear Rainforest exhibit.
Oh, so much to do.
Yeah, I haven't been there for a few years, so it's nice to hear that they've got some new features there.
It's very cool.
Yeah, so if you have any events you'd like us to highlight, you can email your tips to ctvfeelgoods@ctv.ca. We're going to get to the Sawatsky sign-off, but first, Craig, what's coming up tonight?
Well, Jung, we do have a busy night ahead of us. After more than 100 years, horse racing at the Hastings track has come to an end. We will have more on the decision to close and why one group is blaming the province for all of this. Also tonight, more than 3 years after a police incident involving a man who died in police custody, an independent investigation has cleared the VPD. We will have the details on this and more tonight at 11:30. Jung?
And you'll also have the story of the house that was barged from Delta all the way to Alert Bay.
Incredible. We will.
Okay, thanks a lot, Craig. Finally, Adam finds out how a Vancouver Island girl is turning inspiration from a Hollywood action star into real-life action, helping low-income families on tonight's Encore Sawatsky sign-off.
When Maria Clara Patrick first watched that video of Arnold Schwarzenegger, she assumed they had nothing in common.
Well, yeah, he's 77, well, I'm 11.
He's a famous movie star and former governor.
Well, I just go to middle school.
And then there were his vices.
Well, he drinks beer and smokes cigars. I just drink chocolate milk.
But then Maria Clara noticed that Arnold was handing out 1,000 turkeys to people in need.
I got really inspired.
Inspired to help low-income families in her neighborhood say hasta la vista to hunger over the holidays, and contacted the Shelburne Community Kitchen.
We work to connect good people with good food.
Executive Director Kim Cummins says Maria Clara wanted to donate 77 turkeys for Christmas dinner, the same number as Arnold's age.
Oh my goodness. Well, like the Grinch, my heart grew 3 sizes. It was just such a heartwarming story.
Now, Maria Clara is in the midst of a fundraising mission, which began with creating a slideshow presentation to inspire her classmates to join the cause by making a commitment to their parents.
If they do chores for a week, their parents gets to donate $25.
Maria Clara is also making presentations at local markets, her martial arts class, and to random strangers she happens to meet during the day.
I think children like Maria Clara can really remind us just how important it is to take care of each other and how simple it is to be kind and generous.
And while most of us have nothing in common with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Maria Clara says if we combine kindness with action, like the Terminator, you'll be saying, I'll be back.
Because it makes you feel happy after that when you help out.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Saanich.
Wow.
Oh, it's really cute.
Not many kids are that generous and selfless. Most kids are pretty self-focused.
Absolutely. The season of giving, and she's taken it to another level. Incredible.
Yeah, and of course, Toy Mountain, a huge success. We saw, Anne was telling us there was 9,500 toys donated and nearly $93,000. So a big thank you to everyone for another successful Toy Mountain campaign. So that's great to see.
So great to see.
All right, Craig's back tonight at 11:30. Thank you for sharing part of your evening with us. Good night.